I've been beekeeping 3 years now. I did a beginner's course with Dublin Beekeepers Association. It runs for 8 weeks, and yeah, just have been getting advice off locals and local associations since then. I've 2 hives. I'm hoping to get up to 5 or 6 eventually. It's very interesting, and at least we're preserving something that is helping the environment. But it's a learning process. You have to keep learning as you go. I mean, they're unpredictable. They're wild insects, and something might go wrong one year, they might thrive another year, and you have to keep them thriving and keep them at their optimal health. So a local farmer there in Wicklow was felling trees around his land, felling the beech trees. They were quite old, and they found a colony in it, and they decided to preserve them and get in contact with somebody in the Roundwood Beekeepers Association and put up a request that somebody come down and help. So I took up the challenge and decided to come up with a plan to get them out of the tree safely and rehome them, because it'd be a terrible shame to lose them, and especially if they're a wild bee colony. We should try our best to save them and rehome them. We're going to head down there tomorrow and just do our best, get everyone together and get things in motion to try and save these bees. Just getting all the bits ready to go down to the field. So we need straps, blankets, stuff to bung up the holes with so we can get it on the trailer and get it back to Ballynockin.
I had a guy in taking down a beech tree that was about 200 years old, and because it was starting to with bad rot. And when he took it down, the next thing we discovered a bee's nest in it, and he said to me, it's wild Irish bees, and we wanted to try and preserve them rather than destroy them. There's 2 entrances to the beehive. That's the original one, and this is the one that's where the tree is rotten in the centre.
I want to put up a hive here to try coax them out, but I think they were happy and snug in there, so they didn't decide to move.
When they swarm, they're overpopulated, so the queen makes another queen, she leaves to find a new home. So the hive was there for them in case they did swarm, and they'd have somewhere to go straight away with honey in it. I was hoping that they'd move to it. And it's been there for the last few months and they've not budged at all.
It's a little bit of guessing and hoping that we get it right,
I'd say you'd have to go in that way, would you?
Well, he did say about coming across that way, but I think we should nearly go that way. Because we can lift it up as if there's weight on it.
Yeah.
But right on the saw, it's got to get in the saw cut.
So when you smoke the bees, most people think it's to kind of drug them or make them stoned or make them lazy. But what their instinct is they think that their nest is going to be engulfed in flames. So what they do is they head for their stores and they gorge themselves on their stores because they need to prepare for a new flight or for a flight away from the destroyed hive. So basically they think the hive is going to be destroyed by fire. They fill up on lots of stores. As they're gorging on the stores, they're not really bothered with stinging you. So the more smoke, the more the better, basically.
Right now we're going to smoke them, and then we're going to stuff the holes with something, and they're going to cut the tree, and hopefully it'll cut in a spot where it's not too exposed, and we'll be able to move them without too much hassle. Locked up so they don't come out. Right. Now that hole is stuffed. Now he's going to go in and cut it from the side. Now you're going to see a few flying around because they won't be able to get back in. But look, you have to give up a few to save a lot. Hoping the hole isn't too big when he cuts in. If it is, we might have to stuff it with some. Hopefully we're not into the middle of the nest. Big hole.
Get that all the way around there and
Look.
stretch it.
Nice, you got most of it. come at it from.
Yeah, you got all of it.
You get that there? Just try not to be.
We're after getting most of the honeycomb and the nest itself inside the piece of tree that we cut off. So this hole was down here. It's basically just been rotten all the way down here. So this looks like rotten wood basically. There's lots of woodlouse and worms and things in here. So this isn't actually part of the nest. So this is good.
It cut right under the honeycomb at the bottom of the nest, so very little damage done to the main hive, and yeah, couldn't have gone better, so very excited now.
Just here looking at all the bees that are left. So these are the bees that were there when we cut the hive from the tree. But then these bees are flying back, the forager bees, and they found that their nest is gone. But one thing I kind of forgot is that hopefully that we got the queen when we got the nest, because the queen is the mother of all the bees. So if we come and find that the nest has no queen that we just put in the trailer, that colony will die very shortly unless they can raise a queen from an egg, or we actually requeen it with another queen from another hive. But I don't see her here, so good chances that she's in the nest with all the other bees.
I think it went very well. I think he cut it perfectly, exactly where he should have. There was very little bees lost. There's a few there, but sure, that's the best you can do. And yeah, I think it went very well. And now they're off to their new home.
Yeah.
And delighted that somebody was interested. Now, there's been a lot of trouble trying to get it sorted, but I hope it's worth it.
So a month on, complete success. Couldn't have gone better. We're after saving these bees from starvation. I didn't realise how bad a state they were in until we actually moved them up here and had a look inside. The queen had completely stopped laying due to the lack of food in the tree. I was shocked to see that there was so little food there. And as a wild bee colony, I thought that they would be one of the stronger ones, but they were on the brink of possibly dying. And we intervened at the right time, so I decided to move them into the box so I could feed them, and I did that by taking comb by comb out of their tree trunk and putting it in, because they'll follow their brood. If there's any eggs in there, they'll follow that. They're much happier in the home they're in. They've good stores of food building up, a lot of babies, young brood, and yeah, I'm hopeful that they're going to be thriving by next spring and back up to a full-size colony. Thanks so much to all the team, everybody that participated, the farmer for getting in contact, and everyone pulling together and pooling their resources to get this done and save these wild bees, because they're so important for the environment and for keeping our habitat in the right condition and the way it should be.